I'm trying to make eye contact the whole time and not stare at your feet. I'm trying to just do this the whole time, dude.
I know I'm not wearing shoes. No, sorry.
I was like, fuck, she is going to be barefoot. Fuck, dude.
Welcome to Sweet Release Podcast with me, Barbie Jean. Hi, my sweets. Welcome back. I'm Barbie Jean, your host, and today I'm excited. We have a specific fetish kink that we're going to dive into, among other things, helping you along the way and educating and empowering you as always. But I am very excited to welcome my guest today, Dee.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for being here.
What up?
So I came across you because you are a foot fetishist.
The fetishist, the foot fetishist. But you know what? I like that. The fetishist.
You have a foot fetish, and you are very open about it on, I guess, FetLife. Are you open about it in like your relationships, and have you always been kind of like upfront when you meet someone?
No, not at all. So when I'm in a relationship, she doesn't know anything. I have a secret foot fetish. No, it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, I can't speak for everyone else. Like, I'm telling you, like, for me, it's really a femininity fetish. If she takes care of her toes, 9 times out of 10, her pussy's fire. The 1 time out of 10, fine. Some janky ass toes, a really good pussy. A really bad pussy, fire ass toes. So that's the 1 out of 10. But 9 out of 10, just do a quick little check. All right, for sure, this is gonna be fire.
Is it something that you always look at when you're in, like when you meet someone for the first time, like a lover? You kind of
unfortunately,
yeah.
It's like, all right, for sure, you know.
I love that. I even have some feet photography. I have my own kind of exclusive content page. And a lot of people, sometimes when I see random people, I remember I was shopping in a mall once and this guy came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, I love your feet." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Thank you."
It's a thing, dude.
It's a thing.
At least now people are, I guess, open about it, but at least like they're like, "Hey, just want to let you know, nice feet there," you know?
Yeah, it's nice. I love the compliments, especially from strangers. I appreciate
sure,
it.
Sure.
Like, as long as they're respectful.
It's
and
like, look, man, you know.
So for what kind of things do you explore when you're in the bedroom with a lover or a partner in regards to feet? Like, what things do you love?
There's people that, you know, like they'll step on stuff and they'll have people tickle stuff. That's all fine and good, you know, whatever. It's mostly like, with me, it's a sensuality thing. Mm-hmm. Starting at her feet. I'm pretty sure you guys know this, but it's like, there's a nerve that's in between the big toe and the valley of the big toe and the second toe. That's a direct line of your clit. Love
that. So licking, squeezing, touching.
If she knows about the foot fetish, like if she knows, like, and she's comfortable with herself, there's a reaction that usually happens. Once I start licking there, you know, start going into more sensual stuff. But like once I start licking there, there's a surprise look that they'll have. And if she's into it, all right, she knows what that's doing or whatever. But if she's not well versed into it, it's like a surprise of like, wait, where is that sensation coming from? So then, you know, you're like, oh yeah, you know, it's a direct line to your clit. There's a sensitivity there. So it's a whole, like, for me, it's like a whole sensuality thing with it.
I love that. That's something that I strive to illuminate a lot on this podcast, is that sex is very sensual. And when you tap into that mindfulness aspect of it, it can really lead you to more powerful orgasm and more powerful, just like full body experiences. So
nobody likes that, by the way. Nobody likes orgasms.
So that's cool. So you like starting at the toes and like working your way up, or even just like, have you been able to make a woman climax from just licking that sweet spot?
It's fun.
It's cool. Fun. We'll have to explore that. I remember dating or going on one date with this man that told me he had a foot fetish, and he, like, when we went back to my place, he was like, "I need to say hello to your feet." And I was like,
sure.
Like, okay. And so he took one by one and just like licked them up and down and was like caressing them. Is that like a common thing that you like to do, is kind of like take your time with it and introduce yourself to them in a way?
Hi, my name is, you know, hey, how you doing? Where have you been? You know, it's like, there's some people that like name their penis, they'll name their feet or whatever. Like that's fine if people do that. I'm just there to like, kiss, suck, lick her feet, start at her tits, go to her feet, whatever it is. It's just like the woman itself.
Yeah, you're taking your time too, it sounds like, which I think like before getting to, the pussy, I always try to remind men to like slow down. So even if you don't have a foot fetish, I think it's a good advice to, touch other parts of them. Or like my partner and I were having sex yesterday and he was like kissing my knee and it's sweet. And it kind of makes you just tap into your body in a more sensual way, like you were saying. So I think that's great advice for people to just like slow down.
Well, there's people that lick armpits. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. I've had an armpit fetish person on here before.
So, like, clearly someone was like, yo, I really want to introduce myself to that armpit right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the fetish itself. Again, like there's so many different avenues with that fetish that this is kind of where it becomes like a taboo kind of thing where like, oh, I got a foot fetish. Well, what does that mean? Some people want it to be stepped on. Some people want, some like shoe dominatrix chick or whatever to, so it's whatever avenue that you're going into. There's not like I got a foot fetish.
Yeah. Well, there's so many aspects to every kink and fetish, I feel, and discovering what the root of it is crucial. So that's a good point. Yeah. Everyone has a different way that they kind of explain their fetish to themselves.
Yeah, explain the fetish to themselves. Like,
or dissect it,
No, yeah, definitely though. Yeah.
Did you realize you had it at a young age or?
I guess, maybe,
Were you always looking at feet growing up?
Kind of growing up by the beach, the South Bay, like, yeah, I mean, everyone's in their sandals. Everyone's, showing off their toes and whatnot. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Like, in like old Disney movies and like just like in old mythologies and whatnot, they've gotten into like, and I don't mean to like be weird about this, but like, even Mary washing Jesus's feet, like there's something in mythology. There's something about like a woman, and like, like the classic Looney Tune stuff or whatever, where Bugs Bunny would put on a nylon and like do like the sensuality of his feet or whatever. You know what I mean? There's something there within humanity. I don't even know how to explain it, but like there's something about feet, legs and whatnot that, so yeah, no, I've always liked femininity, but the foot fetish was at a junior kickback party.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a moment.
That was the first time you licked the feet, or
yeah. kind of like on a dare kind of thing, almost like
oh, nice.
Long story short, there was some chick I was into that I guess wanted to kind of play a prank or whatever. They're like, hey, well, I'll let you do this if you suck my toes in front of everyone. Thinking that it's going to be a prank, I'm not going to be into it. Turns out
you're into it.
20 minutes later, she's orgasming. The point is, it happened.
I love it. My first kiss was a dare as well. So sometimes those dares really push your edges a little bit and make you realize something that you didn't know you liked.
No, and it's good. Like, trust me, like there's bad feet out there. So it's like, look, I appreciate you, but I won't touch that.
Yeah. My feet are always so sweaty. So I've from a young age found out that I have hyperhidrosis. And so my hands and feet sweat a lot. So I always felt super self-conscious of like even holding hands when I was in high school because my hands are always clammy, and so feet too. And so it's nice when my man or a partner or anybody, welcomes that part of me. And that just makes it, again, like more sensual and a deeper connection. You know?
Yeah. There's nothing, dude, there is nothing hotter than like oiling down some chick, massaging her, and like the oil glistening off the lights and whatnot. Like there's something to that,
Totally. And I think like you mentioned, kind of like washing feet or like even massaging feet. Like I think those are really sweet gestures that you could incorporate into a date or before like a sexy night to make your woman feel really appreciated and like kind of like a goddess. It's like worship.
That part, dude. But then, she knows what she's getting into once I start massaging your feet. It's not like a quick, whatever. It's like, there's going to be some kissing. And if you're cool with that, cool, keep it going. If not, please just like, hey, back off. All right, for sure. Back to the massage because it's going to be there.
Love that.
Unfortunately, I can't just massage someone's foot.
It leads to more always. Well, you must know technique and like you were talking about that specific sweet spot, but do you feel like you've kind of mastered the art?
I'm always learning.
Yeah.
It's a daily process,
I feel like a lot of my sweets feel really insecure about opening up to partners and lovers about fetishes. Do you ever or have you ever felt that way? Like, do you have any advice of how to help people with that?
Well, just whatever your kink is, it's not like a public service announcement or whatever, but it's like, might as well rip the Band-Aid off. Like, I get it. Your kink may be interesting, whatever. Let your partner know, dude. Like, because you don't want to be 7 years down the road. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm into this. I don't know where'd that come from. Let it be known right away. Because then what? Your partner's going to make fun of you for having that fetish? Cool. Go find someone else. That's really like where you're starting to like weed out people. Oh, I'm into this. I'm into that. Okay, our likes don't coincide. All right, for sure. That's where we part ways. I don't know. Like keeping it a secret it's not good for you.
Yeah, leaving it in darkness is only going to make it just worse for you in the future, for sure.
You're only as sick as your secrets.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I always kind of encourage people, it's important to one, like know what you enjoy before getting into a relationship, which is tough for some people that have been together for, a long time or from a young age. But the more you have this like consistent conversation or open up or even ask questions to your partner about what they'd like to try, then it creates this dialogue and this connection where you can start feeling more confident in opening up about yourself.
You would hope so, right? I mean, that would be a healthy relationship.
Has there ever been like do you have a story of when you opened up to someone and someone didn't receive it well? Because I do feel like most of the time people, or is there?
No, yeah. Go ahead with your question.
I was just going to say most of the time people, sometimes they may take a second to like fully accept that, to explore that. But I think like the more you talk about it, most people are really down to explore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's a blessing that we live in 2025 that, people, I mean, we're all, I'm sure like over 30 and whatnot, like that we're all kind of like past 2011 standards of, feeling embarrassed about your kinks. Like, I guess like the first couple of girlfriends in college were like, oh, that's kind of weird. But like, there's so much foot porn out there. There's so much like, hey, nice feet. There's so much of that like, sure, maybe you and I aren't clicking on me liking your feet, but trust me, there's going to be someone that likes your feet and you're going to be cool with that. So yeah, I don't take it personal if that person doesn't like my foot fetish or whatever. Okay, somebody else likes it. Somebody else likes it. Yeah, I
think it's good to, even if you do maybe don't get the response that you are hoping for, that just means that, like you don't mesh well or that's not your person, and to take it and just be grateful that they created a space for you to even open up for the first time or whatever time it is. And that's just going to give you the courage and to do it again.
Well, yeah, like you would hope so, though. You would hope that like the open dialogue kind of allows you to, that you don't feel weird about your own fetish. If your fetish is licking armpits, I hope you don't like every 5 seconds in the back of your head, my God, this is fucking weird. What the fuck am I doing? No, like if that's your thing, enjoy your shit, dude. Yeah. Get in there, suck her toes, dude. Really appreciate her shit.
Yeah, that's a key too that you just mentioned is like enjoy your shit, which that's self-love. And I think a lot of people that are fearful to talk about their kinks and their fetishes, it's because they don't love that part of them yet. And so I think that's also a good point that you just mentioned is like learning to love that part of you, saying mantras, whatever, or when you're meditating or in the morning or whatever it is that helps you feel like start to love that side of you or find like-minded individuals or explore podcasts like this where you can start seeing like, oh, I'm not alone.
Wait, this is a podcast?
So I love that you said that. That's a good point.
Have you ever like heard of like Foot Night?
No.
It's like a I guess it's like
A meetup?
yeah, like a meetup, I guess. Like, people pay for it, whatever. It's like you get tickets for it, but it's like a foot fetish event thing.
Okay.
That, they travel to different, kind of like a traveling circus of, feet fanatics and whatnot. It's but it's cool. Like there's different dungeon rooms, different, kinks you can explore. Like, look it up, for anyone that's, into that stuff, wanting to get into it, it's out there.
I love that. Foot night. And
Foot night. Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. And you also, you go to a lot, like you're kind of in the, I guess, kind of the BDSM community out here, the kinky lifestyle in a way. Like you
Sure.
like to go to events in LA and things like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
People are people.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to meet people.
Yeah. It's a good place to meet also kind of people in the same energy that you are, like if you're kind of a sex positive or just kind of down to explore, those places seem to have the people that are on that same wavelength,
I'm with you. No, I'm with you, dude. Like I don't know. Have you guys ever had like a bad experience at like at an event or something?
Oh yeah. I started when I first moved to LA. It's been like 9 years now. I started diving headfirst into like exploring my sexuality and exploring play parties. And there were a few that I went to where I had like uncomfortable situations with, dick dangling or even someone coming up behind me and like
right. Sure.
touching me without my awareness or my consent. And so, yeah, I think unfortunately, sometimes there's just shitty people in the world. But I do think that in the last few years, things have shifted a lot in the culture and like there's consent talks and there's like vetting and there's a whole process for a lot of these events. And so I have seen the shift. So 100%. I do think like it's a safe space to explore. But yeah, sometimes, you're just going to get assaulted. I feel like it's common in life and it's just a way to like, hopefully teach that person a lesson and tell them like, don't do that again. But yeah, I've definitely had a few bad experiences, but not any lately.
No, it's like exactly how you just said it. Like, have a problem with someone. I've never seen a party. Like, there's weirdos at parties and whatnot, right? But like, I've never seen a party where like that behavior is allowed. Like 2 or 3 people within like the first 5 seconds of the, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what's going on in there? Well, everything good? Hey, back out, bro. So it's good that like, though it could be weird, that at least the communities are like getting better together with, they're consenting and whatnot.
And that's a good point, because even at these 2 scenarios I'm thinking of, someone came and stopped it from happening. But that didn't mean it didn't affect my energy at that first moment. Sure. So things did shift. But you're right. The community is very aware and trying to protect everyone involved and making it like an awesome experience. Mm-hmm.
Well, because, I'm sure that like there's plenty of people that will use these events to just basically get laid. Not to say that they don't have game outside of these events, but it's like you'll see people, you can kind of tell like, oh, okay, you were just like really hoping to be here on a Saturday night, pay your whatever the fee was just so you can get laid. Versus I'm here, we're just, exploring some stuff. We're here in a community. What's up? And that energy gets caught real quick. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, that guy's only here for like that weird shit. Okay, here, back him out.
Totally. You have to have an intention when going into these places, not to fuck, but to explore and enjoy, and also feel like maybe a little bit more empowered in your body and yourself. And I think like starting with kind of those intentions is going to make it a pleasurable experience for you. But when you lead with, like that goal, it's not going to be good for you.
Well, you can get smelled out. Like people can sniff it out real quick,
Yeah. Are there any other kinks that you'd be comfortable sharing that you're into, or any other things that we could?
Sex, dude. Because again, like, not that like the foot fetish feels like a fetish to me. Again, like other people may be different, but like to me, it's just the whole woman. Mm-hmm. Licking her nipples, going down to her feet. It's like the same place in my mind or whatever. Just so happens that, look, I don't really need nudes. Quick little photo of your feet, whatever, every once in a while. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm thinking of you. Type of thing. Yeah, getting flogged is regular.
Oh, nice. So do
spreader
you
bars
like
and
to
whatnot.
flog or do you like to receive it? Are you like exploring dom and submissive energy?
Oh, I'm a switch.
Nice. Yeah, me too.
Because
Love
there's
that.
a dominance. My bad. There's a dominance in submission, and there's a submission in dominance.
Well, I also think I was watching this show recently and I thought they did a good job of explaining it for the first time. And like the media is called Dying for Sex. And
Okay.
And I mean, she is dying. And so it is kind of one of those things where there are some parts of it where I'm like, oh, I wish maybe it was framed a little differently. But at the same time, it's cool that she's opening up and exploring. But she kind of has this coach or guide that says that you can't explore dominance until you explore submission. So she has an experience where she's submissive and then she's able to fully tap in when she kind of understands what it's like to be on the other side. She's able to tap into this dominant energy, which is beautiful because her body has lost control and she's dying. It's like awesome that they have this like contrast of like, oh, she's claiming her power, she's doming all these men, and it's like, oh, it's a beautiful show. I was impressed by it. But
no, I've heard good reviews on it, but yeah.
So I do think that's awesome that you do both and you're aware that you have to have kind of both of that experience to fully tap into either side.
Well, plus you're not taking it seriously, are you? You know what I mean? Like in the moment, fine. Her nickname is this, his nickname is that, whatever. As soon as you guys leave, like you guys know it's not serious, right? Like you don't actually own that person. That person's not actually your slave. You guys know that, right? Like, which is where some people kind of get into like an interesting mind space where they kind of don't get out of that. And they kind of just, they believe that shit. I'm like, look, bro, you're just a person. We're standing in line at Starbucks. It's cool, dude. Like, relax. Like, you're not that important. I'm not that important, kind of thing. In the bedroom, yeah, for sure. Let's get as crazy as you want to, and then we're still regular people right outside the door.
Yeah, it's just play. That's what I try to remind people is it is just play. You can be silly, you can explore, you can tap into all these different sides of yourself. But yeah, like you said, you're just you, and that's totally great.
Go figure, though. What a horrible thing. No, but yeah, dude, like, I don't know, like foot fetish in general, like I guess some people could put that in like a BDSM. I guess it could be in like a sensuality thing. Just, make sure she has pretty feet. That's it.
Do you have a favorite? I remember when I went on a date with that guy that was a foot fetish guy, Dom too, he was, but he was like, don't have your nails painted pink or red. When we were going on the date, he was like, do you have preferences like color? And I was like, dang, he's already telling me what to do. I was like,
well, look, red is great. Red is, if you want to get into like chakras and whatnot, like that's your carnal, purple is your crown and whatnot. So like, red is the beginner one, I guess, because not that they didn't have toenail polish in different colors in like the 40s and whatnot, but like the only color that people used was red, So yeah, fine. If she's wearing red, that's fine. But it's like, there's other colors, right? Like, there's other shit, right? Like your skin tone looks good with this one. It may look good with an off this or whatever, Shout out to every one of these nail salons. Cause like, they're like, oh yeah, we know what the fuck it is, dude. We know why all you guys are in here.
Do you ever get pedicures?
Me personally, no.
Yeah, no. You don't take care of your feet?
Well, scrub it out, during the shower and whatnot. But yeah, like,
Yeah, you just do it yourself.
It's me, like personally, do you like your toes getting sucked? I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. I'm happy, I guess, if she wants to, but like, it's not going to do anything for me. I'm not like super overcharged, stimulated with it. I'm happy she's happy.
Yeah, and that's kind of the exchange too that I think is awesome when you do start being more sensual with your touch is like, okay, if you can tell that this person is enjoying it, then that often turns the majority of people on when they're seeing that pleasure exuding out of their partner or their lover.
It'll be one of those things of like, you're at a party. Not that, I'm like, I start the sex play or whatever, but, a couple of regulars, whatever, we all know each other. And like, hey, let's go over here. So then, rubbing her down, people start following into the room. And then this is where I guess like, oh, that's the foot fetishist or whatever. That's that guy. Cause it's like once I start kind of getting into it, they start seeing it and whatnot, then it's like, oh, I didn't know you could do. Well, yeah, bro, I'm just doing my thing. But like, apparently, it turns into like, oh shit, yeah, suck that toe kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Yeah. Are there any like easy tips that we could explain for people that want to explore it or want to tap into that with the lover?
Make sure you're into it. Don't just do it.
Yeah, true. It's a great tip.
If you don't like sucking balls, do not suck balls, dude. Like, because you're gonna do, and not to like say wrong, but like you're gonna do it wrong, and then that person's gonna get turned off, and then it's, if you're into it, then get into it. If someone is there in their first, breaking out of their shell, whatever, getting into a foot fetish, invest in some oil. Maybe not baby oil, but definitely some kind of oil, and go to like a sex shop and get those like essential oils or whatever. Go somewhere and go lay out a towel. If if you're going to do laundry, whatever, fine. Ruin the sheets if you need to. But like, start off with rubbing down her, like from her knees down, like get her calves, get into a whole thing with it. See if you're into it. Have her smash some marshmallows and then, suck it off her toe. Fine. Sure. That's all good. Have her step on your dick or whatever. Fine. If you need to be into that stuff. But like, first know if you're into feet and the sensuality and the sexuality of feet. The rest is also, it's just icing on the cake.
Yeah. And if you realize that you're into it, I feel like that essence will just come naturally. Which, yeah, I think that is great advice.
Trust me, dude. Like, I don't know. I'll lose myself in like 20 minutes. Like, people talking about body counts and whatnot. I'll go into a session. I'll just suck some feet. Walk on out. I got mine.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go, dude. And it's like, whatever it is that, you need to do to, make yourself feel better in all your situations. Just have fun, dude. Like, just truly have fun, explore stuff. If it doesn't work, hey, be an adult. Go tell someone that it didn't work out and move on with your life.
I love that.
But pretty feet are the shit, dude.
I love women's feet. Yeah, I definitely, I love exploring with women. We date women when we can on the side, and couples, and do all of that. So it's, yeah, I have always admired pretty feet. So it's nice to meet someone that also sees it as the sensuality aspect that I see it too. So it's a beautiful thing.
I almost feel like I haven't gotten even into it. Like, what I don't know, what are some questions that people have about foot fetishes and shit?
I haven't gotten super specific ones about the foot fetish. I think I've definitely gotten some comments. I've never really dove deep into it, but I've definitely got some comments for people that are curious about just exploring more kinks and diving into just more of their kind of erotic authenticity in the bedroom. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of a specific question. Maybe I think just like having that conversation with someone, we kind of already talked about that. That's a really big key that a lot of people bring up to me, is just not knowing where to begin. But also, yeah, like how to explore something that you're into. Sometimes in the bedroom, it's hard to like bridge that or make that bridge. When you see it in porn, it's like, oh, okay, I definitely like this thing, but how do I create a space in the bedroom where it's also fulfilling me in the way that it's fulfilling me by watching this porn?
No, exactly.
But I feel like you've done that. You've been saying like exactly how to start and how to explore and massage and oils. And so I think you're crushing it so far.
Shit, man. But it's like, don't also, misconstrue the idea that like whatever you see in porn, because, plenty of different websites and plenty of different like kinks and whatnot. Like, there's the vision, because clearly the cameraman is watching a dude, and like we're positioning to like a reverse cowgirl type of thing, where like propping her knees up to then show her feet. Oh, that looks really great, right? Because you're watching it. So if you try to don't try to recreate the porn, recreate what you're trying to do with the kink, because there's a visual to it, because clearly, she's got, toe rings, anklets, because you know about that, right?
No, tell me.
Anklets are it's like a hot wife thing.
Oh.
That if you go out, you're wearing some sandals or some high heels or whatever, and you wear an anklet. If you were too, anyway, it's not like it's a rule or whatever, but it's kind of one of those things of like, oh, okay, hey, my man, hey, is your chick, oh yeah, we're definitely, oh, for sure. Hey, you know what? Hey, how you doing? Kind of thing. It's almost a signal, the anklet.
Signal that they're down to fuck, or signal that they like their feet licked? Or both?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. That makes sense. I feel like I love that. And the toe rings, is that the same, or is it more of an anklet? Yeah.
It's mostly the anklet. The toe ring is mostly it's just the jewelry of itself that like kind of adds the sensual, like royalty kind of worship thing that you're saying. Like it adds to that whole visual thing.
Well, I was having this conversation recently when we did like a titty kind of worship and breast play episode, where she was like reminding you to like, fall in love with your boobs and they'll grow, or you'll be able to have these nipple orgasms. So I think similarly with feet, if you're decorating your feet or you're, treating them with love, then that sensation and those orgasms will come. So that makes sense. Like if you're taking good care and decorating your feet, she knows, she wants it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like that's the 9 out of 10 rule. If I just do a quick check and like, okay, that's going to be some juicy pussy, bro. And I didn't even got to ask. I didn't even got to like figure out, what's your routine? No, your feet look great. Let's go. Run it.
Nice. Love that.
And
you sound like you love to explore, but sometimes, you're not always doing penetration. You just sometimes have a date night where you're just worshiping those feet. Do you ever feel like, how do you feel about your lovers exploring and like the people that you're dating? Like you mentioned body count and everything. Like, do you ever feel like that's something that bothers you? Or do you just love a woman that loves to explore?
Yeah, dude, I'm an adult, look, bro, if we're still caring about like body count and whatnot, bro, just get off the date then. How do you treat homeless people? How do you treat, waiters and waitresses? Your body count just means that you had a fun time in college. I want to see how you actually like interact with people. It's the little things like, not do you hold the door open, but like, do you just hold the door open and not expect a thank you? Just things like that where it's like, that's what would really bother me. If she's like flagging down the waiter and like, she's like, explaining that the food is wrong, but like in a tone where you're like, okay, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, just be a person. That's a person. Like, relax, dude. I'm still going to suck your toes, but like, come on, what are we doing here? Treat that person with, So body counts, and I'm just here for feet, dude. You know what I mean? Like, because there's date nights, and then there's, there's people that will, discreetly kind of, couples will like kind of hire me. Either I'll go to their place or like go to like a hotel or whatever. And for the disclosed, fees and whatnot, he'll just sit, I'll suck her toes. Now, if you want me to go deeper and do some more stuff, okay, for sure. But really, call me over, suck her toes, have a good time. I'm out.
I love that.
Go back, smoke my joint. I'm good, dude.
So people find you and they want, that's kind of like cuckolding in a way, but it's like feet cuckolding. Sort of. If the dude's like sitting and watching.
Do you feel empowered if you're if you're enjoying the watching? Or is it only cuckolding if the person's like humiliating you?
True. Yeah, there's a different level when it's like the more degrading aspect.
Well, do it if you want to. Hey, it's fine.
So when you've explored that with couples, it's just they are super into, she's super into exploring the foot and he's like not super into it, or just wanting to like maybe take some tips and learn some lessons from you.
Yes.
A bit of everything.
There's some people that, it's like wait, you actually do that? Wait, how does that actually work, dude?
Yeah,
and then,
show me.
And then, there's some people like, hey, bro, like, if you're cool with not doing any penetration, I'm totally cool with you doing that, with her feet. I'll work on her throat. Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm cool, chilling.
Nice. So in group play scenarios, you're on the feet and...
Wow. Missionary, standing up. She's on her back and then, we're getting into it, right? I don't mean to like get like super into it, but like, proper feet up and then as I'm stroking, suck her toes. Oh, wow, that looks so cool. Well, I'm into it. So it's like, it works that it looks hot, but I'm into it. So,
Finding those positions where you can also like touch the feet and lick the feet is also probably good advice for people that are exploring it or wanting to explore it.
Again, wherever it takes you, though, if you're just someone that just wants to look at feet, go to the beach.
True.
You'll get your fill. Trust me. You're good. Just go to the beach. Enjoy yourself. Like, oh, yeah, that's one. Oh, yeah, for sure. Don't be a creep, though. Because then the foot fetish kind of coincides with creepy behavior because of how taboo it is. Hey, nice tits. Hey, nice ass. Like, that's more palatable technically. You kind of know where people are coming from with that versus like, there's a chick sitting in her car and, she's sitting in the passenger side waiting for someone to come back from the store. She's got her feet up off the window and she's taking pictures. Now I'm on the opposite end of them. We're like, oh, okay, you're sending pictures. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're not sending pictures to someone, but it's like, I've had enough moments where I, in public, look, I'm going to discreetly just appreciate, your feet. I'm not, hey, just want to let you know, great feet. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, someone may be really into that, but someone's like, the fuck is wrong with you, dude? So you gotta gauge what you're doing, So if you're gonna be at the beach staring at feet, please fucking just be discreet, dude, and just don't be weird. Just do your thing. Don't get kicked out the beach. Don't give me a bad name out here.
No, that's true. You got to be sweet. You got to be sweet. I always remind people that's part of my slogan is to be sweet in everything you do. So yeah, don't be creepy.
Shit, like, I don't know, dude. Like, is it fun being a creep? Like, I really want to know for people, like, is that fun? Like, to just kind of be on edge with people? I don't know.
Well, some people I don't think realize that they're doing it. Maybe they just don't have that awareness in a way to realize that it's creepy. So that's why I like to check people too. Sometimes if they are doing something that's a little bit off-putting, be like, yo, like, think about what you're doing right now. How do you think that makes that other person feel? Like, be a little more, mindful, I guess, in a way.
Like, what, in the middle of the grocery store and homeboy's like, hey, just want to let you know, great feet, dude. Like, dude, like,
Yeah.
What was that? Like, did that guy come off creepy in that moment?
Yeah, the guy at first I was like, that's a little bit weird. Like that he even saw my feet. I was kind of wearing like flare and fuzzy kind of shoes, right. But yeah, my toes were peeking out. I wished after that moment that I was like, oh, check out my exclusive content page. Like as we were walking away, I was like, he would have been a perfect subscriber. And I fucked up on that one. But yeah, I was like, thanks so much. And then like walked away.
You don't carry like business cards? Hey,
I should have. I was bummed when I walked away. I was like, dang, I should have capitalized on that moment.
Sir, before you go to your car, here, please take this.
Yeah, but I didn't. But I don't mind the intention or the attention when it's like sweet and it's not. Yeah, I mean, maybe if I was in a different mood, maybe that would have put me somewhere else. But I think most of the times when I'm getting complimented, even at the grocery store or out and about, like for me, that doesn't bother me. I'm like, I love the compliments. But I know some people, maybe if they have been hurt in the past, or sometimes, you just have a little bit more of a guard up, or you don't love getting that attention. But to me, it does. It turns me on. So I'm like, thank you.
Wow. Well, yeah. And then, kind of like a good rule of thumb, right? Like, people are at the grocery store. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure people find love in all random places, right? Mm-hmm. That person's here to shop. That person's at Walmart just trying to shop. That person's at the liquor store at 7-Eleven trying to shop. Hey, miss, by the way, just want to let you know, great feet. Like, do it sweet.
There's a time and a place, maybe.
Not everyone wants to be spoken to. Also, do not pull your phone out and take random photos of people's feet. I guess I have to say that. Like, don't do that. Don't be like real quick for just appreciate it. For sure. Boom. And then keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good advice. I love that. Well, I would love to know like the last time you had that sweet release for you, but also maybe a sweet foot release for a lover. If you're willing to share both.
Every orgasm feels great for me. So it's not like, not to not, describe that, but it's like, I really get off on watching her playing with her clit, making her squirt, eating her ass, all that's all fun. It's that foot orgasm that's like, there we go. There we go. That was fun.
That's the good stuff.
Watching her reaction with that is like, all right, for sure. I know I'm doing something.
Love it. And for watching her get off, is that something that really can even like easily get you off? Is that kind of what you're saying? Like it just is an easy exchange. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can, go to a place, have a session with someone, suck her toes and feel like, oh yeah, I got one today. Like how people like really need to like make sure they nail this day so they can get laid. I feel like I got laid just by doing that. So then everything else just becomes, like icing on that cake. I'm like, all right, for sure. Let's go. It was a great day. Boom. Keep it pushing to the next.
Love that.
It's all fun, dude.
That's the way to be, is fun, explore, be playful, be sweet, all of that. I think that's the way to be. I'm happy that you've helped some of my sweets kind of encourage them to explore if they have a foot fetish, but also welcome it too on the other end. I think sometimes, like for me, I was kind of insecure of my feet or insecure of certain parts of you. And sometimes if you just tap into that sensuality, it can be a really connective experience with your lover. Even if you're not super like claiming it as a fetish, I think it's a sensual experience that could really make you feel, connected and loved and appreciated.
No, I mean, do people have I'm sure people have a nipple fetish, but like, does everyone that's licking your nipples during play, do they have a nipple fetish, or are they like accentuating? No. Are they appreciating the sensuality of all of you,
Yeah. Which it is most of the time. Most people don't claim, but who knows? Maybe some people have a nipple fetish. But yeah, I think it's all about kind of appreciating those other regions, because sometimes you could just get caught up in like the penetration or the quickie and it's just not as good. So if you focus on these other other areas of the body, it can really lead to an impactful experience.
Like, don't get me wrong. I know that like people are on a time schedule, right? Like I got it. People need to get in and out of places. So fine. If you need a quickie, that's totally cool. But have you ever just, watched a movie with a chick, sat on a couch and just rubbed her legs and just kind of lost yourself in that, and then, hey, go for the kiss. Go for it. Lick her toes, something. Now, again, if she's not into it, cool. She will let you know immediately. But otherwise,
do it.
Keep it going, dude. Like, get into it, And then, if you're realizing, by the fourth lick of your armpit, hey, I'm not into this.
Yeah.
Start licking some feet so you can kind of figure out if you're into it or not. And there's no exact science to it. It's just your body size, your body type. There's short toes, there's long toes. It truly is like it's your footprint, but it's like it's literally your fingerprint in that sense. Like there's short, thick girls with pretty ass feet for their body type or whatever. There's tall chicks with pretty feet. So there's no like, what is a pretty feet? Are my toes pretty? Like, show me, let's see,
Yeah, and that's a good point too. I mean, yeah, it's your preference, but it's also like every style can be beautiful depending on, the energy you're putting into it or just kind of appreciating it in a way. So yeah, I love that. Do you have any like kind of final advice for people that are, I guess, just again, any final tips or advice of what you've learned as you've explored? And
tip your waitresses. Just let somebody pass when you're in traffic. It's not unless you're like really busy and you got to go somewhere. But it's like regarding the foot fetish, like always just be comfortable first with yourself when it comes to that. Understand what it is that you're doing. Talk to your partner, whatever, explore your kinks, but like just take it slow. Take it slow for you. You don't have to jump into like a super gangbang to understand if you move into it. Now, if you need to go into crazy stuff, go right ahead. Everyone has their own,
journey. Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, dude, like be comfortable. Just take a breath, enjoy yourself, explore yourself in that sense. The you at 70 is going to be the same you at 14, but you've just revolved around the sun 56 times. It's like, you know, you're just adding on more layers of yourself. Maybe the foot fetish is a phase. Only you will know that.
Mm-hmm.
If you continue to be 70 and still trying to, you know, be like, hey, young thing, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Like, hey, go for it then. But again, how you picked up the first girl or the first guy, whatever, is probably like if you were to rewatch that tape, oh my God, that was terrible. But if you know, by the time that you're in your 30s and 40s, you kind of know what you're doing. So love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just love yourself, take care of yourself.
Yeah, appreciate that. Great advice, Dee. Thank you.
I'm trying to make eye contact the whole time and not stare at your feet. I'm trying to just do this the whole time, dude.
I know I'm not wearing shoes. No, sorry.
I was like, fuck, she is going to be barefoot. Fuck, dude.
You can look at them. I don't care. They're probably all sweaty.
Mm-hmm. No, but yeah, I'm telling you, man. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. And I appreciate all of your advice. I think that was great. And I'm happy to have you here. And I appreciate coming across you. Do you want to share where people can find you if they are interested in connecting with you or... Yeah.
I don't know, links in the description, right? You know, but
yeah, I'll
you
put
know,
it there.
I was never here. I'm Batman, bro. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, bro. Catch me, I guess, on FetLife. You know, like I guess links in the description, I guess. You know, but you know, find me on FetLife. There, I got an OnlyFans where I'm just if you see me, you hit me up. And I go to you in that kind of sense. That's how couples find me and what. I'm not trying to promote like an OnlyFans or whatever, but it's there.
Nice. Love that.
The foreplay god, the professional foot fetishist.
Nice. Yeah, that's how I came across you. I was like, oh, okay. He's professional. He knows what he's doing. I love it.
There's a thing here. You know?
I appreciate your wisdom. I appreciate your foot knowledge and your love for feet and the way that you appreciate them.
Pretty feet only.
Your love for pretty feet.
No, because seriously, like it's not just like a foot fetish, like pretty feet though.
It's true. And there are some ugly feet out there. So that's a good point to notice. Yeah, you got to appreciate the good ones.
Look, I'm not judging, dude, but look, there's somebody else I can go talk to. You know?
Yeah, I love that. Well, that's something I've always loved about my partner too, is his feet. I find them to be very sexy.
That's what's up. There really is a market for that though. No, seriously.
There is. And I think like I've dated some guys that have gross looking feet. And then with him, I was like, dang, like I love these feet.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up though.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, not to get weird, but like, do you get like any kind of arousal when she does something with your feet?
Feels good.
There you go.
It's not specific though, you know, it just feels good to be worshipped, you know.
There you go. No, you heard it there. Like, you know, there are some guys that like really enjoy their chick sucking their toes too. Power to them, dude.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he said, I don't know if we'll be able to pick up since he doesn't have a mic, but he said it just feels good to be worshipped. So again, I think that's the key to this episode too, is like worship your partner. And it will, and love their pretty feet, but
you're not going to die. Go worship them. Enjoy them.
Well, thanks again, Dee, for being here. I really appreciate your time.
I appreciate your time. What the hell?
And to my sweets, continue exploring, be sweet to yourself, and welcome those sweet releases. We'll see you next time. Thanks
Appreciate
again,
you.
Dee.